Before this example, let's just create a new Django project. I think it will be easier. Yeah, here we can use the VCS. The meaning by VCS is the version control system. Okay. So you can have some options on the left. For example, this one, if you want to do the remote development, so you can use SSH. Okay, if you know with this SSH, yeah, you can make your connection. Yeah. But now we don't use this one. It is to do remote connection with other computers via the SSH. But now I'm not using that one. I'm just making a new project. Let's say I want to make a new Django project. Yeah, let's make a new Django project, and then I want to create Git trial. Maybe I will make Git trial 01. Okay, let me make Git trial 01. For the remaining, I think you already know how to create your Django project. So you are using the Django and then the folder templates and enable the Django admin, and let's create. Okay. As you might know, this this Django is the basic one. Now, I would like to teach you how we can connect to the GitHub. You can go to the VCS. VCS is the version control system. Here you can see the VCS. Okay. There is an option VCS, and then you can click, and there is an option share your project on GitHub. So now you can see that you want to share your project on the GitHub, and you can get the repository name. So you can change the repository name actually. Yeah. The repository name is using the same name as your project. Because your project is Git trial 01, then your repository name will be Git trial 01. This environment use the remote origin. You can describe what is your program. For example, yeah, you can mention this is trial, okay, trial program or something, okay. You can describe that one. And now you need to manage who will share this code. Because now there is no GitHub account here, so you can add account. So you can click here. There are some options. Okay. Login via GitHub, login via token, and login via GitHub Enterprise. I would like to recommend you to use the login via token. So I recommend you to login via token. So why? So there are several reasons. First, if you are using the login via GitHub, it requires you to install a new software from the JetBrains. Okay. JetBrains is the company from the PyCharm. And because our ID and password is like temporary, if you download again and then if you install again, I think it consumes more space in your computer. So I think it will be good if we just do with token. So what is token here? So login with token. So the token here is similar like the ID that the GitHub created for this account. The server will be github.com, and now the token is not available. So this token should be from the GitHub. So you can generate. Here you can click generate, and it goes back to the GitHub. And you can enter what is your GitHub account. So in my case, I have my email, this one, and then I have my password. And after that, there will be a kind of, you don't have share by, so you cannot see the account before. I think I need to check your computer. Okay, let me continue first. So this is the new personal access token. If I give you the step by step here, after you have the token, you can generate, and then you can see there is a node here. So you can define what is this one. Maybe this is the PyCharm GitHub integration plugin. Yeah, it's up to you. You can have like a Git trial section, for example. And there is a kind of information. When will be the token expire? So after this day, after May 19, then we cannot use this token anymore. So let's set the other kind of functions as default. So usually the default is containing the basic function. You can modify it later as well. And if everything is good, you can see the green color. You can see the generate token. So you can generate the token. After you have the token, you will see this is the token. Okay. So we have one token, and you need to copy this token. So you can see the blue color here. You can click. You can click, and then it mentioned copy. And now you can go back to your PyCharm. In the PyCharm, you can just paste the token that you just copied. Okay. So after you paste this one, then there will be one GitHub account in your PyCharm environment. So this is the share by. So this is the share by. And if you already have this account, then at the end, you can click share. After you click the share button, it will process your GitHub, and they will manage the first commit, or we call it the initial commit. So for example, here, we have the, we have the git trial, and then we have 5 files: init, py, sgi, settings, urls, wsgi. So we want to put all of them into the GitHub. So you can add. And you can see now it is successfully shared project on the GitHub. It mentioned here. Now I'm going to open my GitHub. So this is my GitHub, and then you can see there is one section, Git trial 01. So this has been made. You can see now it is 29 seconds ago. So this is just a fresh code from the PyCharm, and it has been uploaded into the GitHub. And you can see that, okay, all the codes are related to the py, or this is the Python file from Django. Okay. Okay. Yeah, you can modify if you want to, like, say, you want to update something from your file, and then you want to update into the GitHub. So for example, the URLs, let's say I want to include something. Okay. So we have to include last time, and then after you finish with this one, you can just save, and then you can see here, this is the GitHub function. So here are the GitHub function. The first is update project. So if you connect with the GitHub account, then you can update into your local repository. You can commit. Commit means you can send all the codes into the GitHub. You can push. Okay. Push means after you have some modification, you want to put this include into the file that has been shared in the GitHub. So for example, now I have the urls.py. So I can go to this Git trial. I can check urls.py. There is no include. So here, there is no include. Okay. Now, I want to update. First, you need to click commit. So you click commit. And in this commit, they will show you what kind of changes that you have made. Here, the PyCharm can understand that you are making a change in the urls.py. So you can make a message. For example, I add date include. So this is the commit message. And you can see from this one, you can see the difference between the old version and the current version. The old version does not have include, but the current version has include. So this is how we can see the changes. If now the changes is small, maybe it's not big deal. But if later on, when you have a lot of changes, then of course you need to understand what is the meaning by these changes. So you can have the highlight lines, or you have the highlight words. It depends on what you want to show in your commit section. If everything is good, then you can press commit. So commit means you already add something on your files and you want to update in your local repository. After you commit, you can do push. Push means I want to put it into the GitHub. So here, now it mentioned that I will push the commits to git trial 01. So this git trial 01 is the file that I have in the GitHub. And it mentioned that this is in the origin or the master, and there will be a message I edit include. If you push, actually you have only one, you have push. Now it mentioned that push one commit to the origin or master. So I will refresh this one. Now you can see there is include in the urls.py. And you can see here is the master. Okay, the master is the place that you already have before. And you can see here when you put the message, you updated the urls.py, and the message that you include is I edit include. Now it has been added by a new message, which is I edit include. So suppose you want to make some other changes. Okay. Let's say in the settings. In the settings, I want to make a new. Okay, in the allow host, I will make it as a local host. And then I also add 127.0.0.1. Okay, so I updated this setting, and then okay, I want to update again to the GitHub. So first, what you need to do is the commit. So when you commit, yeah, it shows to you that the different version between the previous one is the localhost and the 127.0.0.1. Maybe this one you can change. I modify the settings .py with additional localhost information, and you can press commit. The project has been committed to the local computer, so the version now has been created. And after you finish with the commit, you need to push. So before I push, you can check in the settings. In the settings, the allow host is empty. Okay. So because this is the original file, I didn't do any modification on the allow host. So I would like to add what I already added here is the local host and 127 blah blah blah. So I'm going to push. So here I can see a message. I modify the settings.py with additional localhost information. And you can see the time. The timestamp here is the time that you have modified the file. So I can push. After it push to the GitHub, yeah, it shows that push one commit to origin master. If you want to check, you can refresh. And now the file has been added with the localhost 127.0.0.1. If you go back to the previous section here, you will see that the settings.py, there is a message. I modify the settings.py with additional localhost information. It has been updated 2 minutes ago. The urls.py, the message is I added include, and it has been updated 5 minutes ago. So the time is here. And yeah, the new message will be here. I modify the settings.py with additional localhost information. So one good thing of the Github is they have the timestamp. It will not be overlap between you and your friend when you update the file. Okay. I think that's all that I can explain about GitHub. So you can have idea if you want to share your Django file in the GitHub.